What's up, guys? Welcome back to Collecting and Hobbies. This is the top 20 list for Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figures. So before we get into the top 20 list, I actually altered the top 20 somewhat. I actually decided to keep the 2-packs as individual releases, so it actually turned a top 21 list into a top 18 list. But for the most part, I think the Lightning Collection is just pretty good, like all the way through. So to some extent, just giving them different ranks is almost like nitpicking or splitting hairs. You know, they're also good. Sometimes it's hard to actually rank one figure above or below another, and sometimes you just got to go with like which one you like better, or as in like your favorite color, or maybe even I try to do it by which figure is better, but they're all kind of, for the most part, the Rangers body molds for the most part are very similar. They all have pretty much the same articulation scheme. So when it comes to that, it kind of like each figure is kind of the same in a way, but so then it comes down to which one do you just like better, or which one did you get with paint apps that are better, or maybe the likeness of the alternate head. You get what I'm saying? And I have not seen every season of Power Rangers, so I'm trying to really judge these more as actual just action figures themselves, and just which ones are the funnest to have, and which ones are just the most outstanding and detailed and stuff like that. So knowing that, that's basically what I base my list off of. And for the ones that do have extremely good likenesses that I already know and you can tell, then they might be moved up a little bit. So I'm sure my list may be a little bit different than yours, but let's go ahead and kick it off. Starting off at number 18, it's the GameStop exclusive Psycho Blue Ranger. And yes, I'm including exclusives in this top list. So the Psycho Blue Ranger is a figure. He's kind of one of the reasons why he's at number 18 is, even though I prefer blue over the red, he is basically just a straight repack almost. He has a different accessory though. He has an axe, but he's basically just a carbon copy of the red Psycho Ranger that came in a 2-pack that you could get on the fan channel sites like GameStop and Hasbro Pulse and stuff. So that had something to do with it, but I actually prefer blue over red. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why he's at number 18. Like I said, they're all good figures for the most part. So when it comes to articulation and the way they work, they're all kind of pretty much on par with each other. It's just a matter of preference almost on some of these. So coming in at number 17, we have the Walgreens exclusive Zack, or Mighty Morphin Black Ranger with Dragon Shield. And also, that's another thing. Which ones are more essential sometimes? The more essential, more popular characters that everybody wants, or sometimes they could push up in rank. But Walgreens Black Ranger with Dragon Shield, to me, his likeness as far as his alternate head is not on par with what it should be, and it really hurts the line to some extent The Black Ranger itself looks great, but the alternate head, I really think they could have done better. And until they release a better one, he's going to be number 17 on this list. So coming in at number 16, we have the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. And this particular figure, again, suffers from a little bit of the likeness department. I mean, it looks all right, but they could have gave him a other head that they already released in a 2-pack, which would have pleased a lot more fans. And they didn't paint the helmet right. None of the helmets are painted right, but it shows it right on the back of the package. So they obviously know how to do it. They just didn't do it. So that's another reason why he's down there. So coming in at number 15 is the 2-pack of the Red Ranger and the Psycho Red Ranger, which I was talking about just a second ago. And I think he's the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. I don't even, quite honestly, I've never seen that episode or that season. But this pack, the second I saw it, I was like, wow, that's pretty good. I like the lightning hands that the Psycho Ranger has. I think when it's painted properly, the Psycho Red Ranger looks phenomenal. I think he looks great. Some people complain. I mean, people complain about almost all the helmets, saying it's just not quite right, just not quite right. The shape is this, the shape is that. This a little too big, this a little too small, whatever. But as action figures go, I think he looks great. And the Red Ranger that comes with him, he also looks good. And they did a pretty good job with the line work on the middle of the figure. You know, the Charlie Brown diagonal little line thing going through the white. And for the most part, they're painted pretty good. Actually, it's the Psycho Ranger, which has the probably least difficult paint apps. That's actually the one that's normally messed up. So the more difficult one is normally painted pretty well. So coming in at number 14, we have Beast Ranger's Gold Ranger. Now, this is one of the first ones that I got. And I did a review over him when they first came out. I was actually the first person on YouTube to review these figures because I live in California, and for about a month and a half they were only available at Walgreens in California. That was the only place you could get them, which is kind of weird, but that's just the way it happened. And two reasons that he's on this list. I mean, he's big. He's much bigger than his actual counterpart on the TV show, but he makes for a great looking action figure, and I really like him better as an action figure than I do on the TV show. Plus, he's not wearing his glasses, but I think he looks better without his glasses because of that, because if they were to paint his glasses on there or to do it kind of like Billy's, even though it is show accurate, it kind of looks a little funny. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't give him glasses. So I'm guessing they probably did that off of some prototype beforehand, or they just decided he looks better without glasses. So he's a little bit inaccurate. Quite a bit inaccurate, actually, because he's so large. He's actually larger than Devin and Ravi, which is way off. So anyway, but he's still a great looking figure and great figure. So coming in at number 13, we have another Beast Morpher action figure, and that's Devin, the Red Ranger. So the reason that he would be down this far, because one of the reasons that I really like this figure is even though, okay, this also might be, maybe they're doing by prototypes, or maybe I'm missing or thinking wrong somehow, that maybe in season one it was slightly different, but the silver paint on their suits, I think technically is more of a dull gray color. I mean, not dark gray, but like a lighter shade of gray. I know it is on season two because I just saw it a few days ago, but they got it actually more accurate in the regular line of figures, but for some reason they painted it silver. So I'm not, maybe I'm getting confused, and maybe they were silver at one point in season one, but the paint job on most of these is extremely well done. I've seen very few that have sloppy paint when it comes to the Red Ranger. The only ones that normally seem to be messed up in the Red Ranger, sometimes the face print on the alternate head isn't applied perfectly centered or whatever. But for the most part, this one's pretty good. He looks a lot like his counterpart on TV, the actual likeness. And if you hold the head up to a picture of, his picture from the show, they look almost dead on. But for some reason, when I'm not looking at him on the show, it seems a little bit off. I think maybe his the coloring that they used for the heads for the skin color seems to be a little bit darker than what it should be on the action figure. So and also the reason there's not, well, the accessory itself, his Cheetah Blaster. His Cheetah Blaster on the show has a lot of different colors on it, and they just painted bare minimum on this, like the eyes, and like one, it's got like a total, I think, of 3 paint apps, 3 tiny little dots on it, and it should have way more paint. And like I said, the silver I think is inaccurate. So anyway, it's still a great figure, but the accessory, the Cheetah Blaster, just looks like a chunk of red trash, basically, because it's not painted right. And that's really a bummer for me. I really don't like that at all. So coming in at number 12, we have another figure that suffered from a lot of paint issues, and the way that she's packaged, it kind of screws up her legs, and you have to heat them up to try to get them straight. And that's, well, the only female on the line so far, and that's Pink Ranger. Well, in the first year at least. And Kimberly's likeness is also a big topic of controversy. Does it look like her? Does it not? I think it also could be better, just like Zach's likeness. And I just really think they could have done better. They don't have to give her such a big, shiny smile showing all of her teeth. I know that's kind of a thing, like if you could do that and sculpt it and make it look good, that's pretty artistic and pretty high rank. I mean, pretty high points for doing that, but it just doesn't come off very well. It makes her cheeks too chubby and high up, and it just doesn't make it look like Kimberly at all. So they could have given her a little smile without showing teeth, and made her cheeks a little less chubby and chipmunky, and then it would have looked a lot better. So that's why she's at number 12. So, but she does come with a ton of accessories, so that's a good thing. And she also, for my figure, for the majority of these figures, they have really sloppy paint jobs, like on the helmet, the paint on the body, the white paint. On mine particularly, there's a lot of paint slop, a lot of white slop on her skirt where her holster is for her blade blaster. And for the most part, I mean, as long as it's not on her head, like a lot of them, Mine doesn't have any paint issues on the helmet or on the alternate head, but it's got really faded pink on the boots. It almost looks like it's faded out, and it came like that way brand new. So a lot of paint issues with that one. Coming in at number 11 is Tommy, the White Ranger from the Wave 1. And this is a really good figure, but to some extent, something about the head kind of looks off. I don't know why. Maybe for some reason it looks too small, kind of. And also the lack of accessories. Saba is only in, well, Saba has different forms, you know, when it's sheathed and when it's got the blade out and stuff like that. And he should have came with more accessories. He's got the least amount of accessories of all of them, and I think they did that on purpose because they knew everybody was going to buy it because it was Tommy anyways. So they kind of, in a way, to me, they kind of cheaped out on it in a way. But not only that, it's just pretty much white. It's not as interesting looking as an action figure. So cracking into the top 10. At number 10, we got Doggy Kruger, the SPD Shadow Ranger. And one of the reasons why he's in the top 10 is because he actually comes with an alternate neck piece that wraps around the peg. So when you change his helmeted head to his Doggy Kruger head, it actually matches and you can see his neck, which is a good thing that they did because it just looks better that way. And the paint apps on the head are, what people call more phenomenal. They're pretty good. And the Ranger itself the figure itself, it looks good for the most part. This one, I even thought about Army building it as Shadow Rangers. They're almost like Stormtroopers to me. I think they look really good. And he was actually the first figure I bought out of all of them together. I bought him and the red Dino Charge Ranger. And anyway, so the only problem with him really is his gloves should be multiple colors and not just straight black. They should be black and that metallic blue color, and that's pretty much it. Although mine and a lot of the ones that I've seen have also a lot of paint issues, but I had to get a second one to get a good one. The eye on the helmet head, it was missing a lot of paint. It was weird looking. So coming in at number 9 is the Red Ranger from Dino Charge, and the Dino Red Ranger is also the first one I bought. I bought them together at the same time, him and Kruger. So this one in particular, I'm not sure if it's just him, but he seems to be much more articulated, much more flexible, especially his feet. They move around a lot more, and he gets into a split easier, or at least mine does, and he seems just a little bit more articulated than Tommy or the other ones that are supposedly sharing the same kind of mold. But anyway, yeah, I just thought this one was a really great figure. He was my first one, the first one that I opened, and so he was the first one that I opened, but the one that caught my eye was Doggy Kruger, the first one that that was the one I was looking for in that first assortment. I wasn't going to get them all. I could have got all 4 of them at the same time, but I didn't really have the money to buy them at the time, so I only bought 2 of them. So I wanted the blue one because that's my favorite color, but the red one is the one that I opened first. But anyway, so the main thing with him, he doesn't come with his main accessory, this like dragon looking thing that he holds, that he flies with or something. This is more of a bigger accessory than the other accessories that he had, and maybe that's why they went that route, because instead of giving him one bigger accessory for that covers his whole fist or whatever, they give him a whole bunch of small accessories. So that might have something to do with it. So yeah, otherwise he might be a lot higher on the list just because he's a really great articulated figure. And he's the one that made me decide that I was going to buy more. Alright, so coming in at number 8, we have Beast Morphers Ravi, or the Blue Ranger from Beast Morphers. And Ravi is a great looking figure. I mean, they nailed his likeness. It looks great. His hair, it's a little bit tall, but then it is, in season 2, it's a little bit tall too. So the likeness is great. The figure is great. I mean, it's just an all around great articulated figure. The only thing that I didn't like about this one is it didn't come with that other cannon blaster thing that kind of looks like a camera gun. And maybe, hopefully, the Yellow Ranger will have it when she comes out. But all 3 Rangers should have that. But so that's the only negative to that one, really. And again, he has the silver paint, but I forgot all about that until just recently. I just thought, after I made my list, really, actually. So I actually thought the silver paint was cool. But yeah, so Ravi coming in at number 8. And at number 7, we have the Dino Charge Gold Ranger. I like his accessories. They're very unique. He's just overall a great looking figure. I like the Dino Charge Red Ranger, and I don't know what it is about him, but he's just a really good looking figure. And I've never seen that. I don't remember seeing any of those episodes. I might have seen 1 or 2 at somebody else's house. They look familiar, but I'm not sure if that was the one that I saw. But anyway, he's a great looking figure, and if it's a great looking figure and it makes me buy it, then obviously he's got to be good. So, okay, coming in at number 6. Who we got number 6? We got the GameStop exclusive Goldar. This one is a 100% unique sculpt, obviously, and I think they nailed it out of the park. The coloring, some people think it should be a little bit more gold, but like I said, when we're in the top 10, it's splitting hairs. It's like they're all great. It's just like, which ones do I really like better? And personally, I like Goldar's look, but I don't like the his character that much. He's just kind of a dumb ape or whatever. But he's a great figure to put in your collection, and I think a essential figure in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line that you really need. I mean, you need bad guys to fight against, right? So, okay, coming in at number 5, the Green Ranger and Putty 2-pack. And this one was, to me, an instant buy. As soon as I saw it, as soon as I knew it came out, it's like, I gotta have that. I need a putty. I need a putty to, for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I love the Green Ranger. I just love the way he looks. I don't know. I still have one of these mints in package, and I'm going to keep it that way. And I love his accessories, the sword, the lightning effects, the putty, how he has removable hands and stuff to make different shapes with the hands. And they're coming out with a putty 2-pack. It should be released pretty soon at the recording of this video in a couple weeks. And it's only $30 too. That's the best part. And it has a couple of new effects in there. But I really, really like this one. I like everything about it. I like the sword. I like the accessories. I like everything about both of them. Putty looks a little plain, but hey, you need one, you know? So coming in at number 4, the Dragon Shield Red Ranger and Zeo Gold Ranger. And the one reason why he's so much higher than the regular Red Ranger basically is just a repack in a way without the Dragon Shield. Plus, this one comes with the full Power Blaster. You have all the pieces from all the other figures that you would get later, all in one pack. And, of course, that's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And you got the Zeo Gold Ranger, which just looks awesome. They both have great accessories, multiple hammers, or whatever you call it with the Gold Ranger. And to me, it's a great set. It just looks awesome together. And so, coming in at number 3, this one's an all-new unique sculpt too, and that's Magna Defender. I think I got more views on my video for Magna Defender than anybody else for some reason. So everybody must really like him. Magna Defender, I love the swords. I love the fact that he comes with the sword in the sheath, and then the sword out of the sheath, and then all different versions of his, weapon. I don't even know what I'm talking about, quite frankly. I've barely seen those episodes, but it comes with a lot of the multiple versions, because it also can be like a gun. And it comes with the blast effect that fits on it perfectly, the blue blast effect that make it look like a laser's coming out. And I love sword wielding characters, and he looks like a knight, He doesn't come with an alternate head, but he looks great. His cape, it doesn't get in the way. They made sure that the armor didn't get in the way, and the shoulders, and it's just a really awesome figure. So, coming in at number 2, we have from Wave 3, Mighty Morphin, sorta, from Boom Studios, from the comic books, Lord Draken. And, he's a very popular character, and he's probably worth the most out of these, pretty much, for the most part, in the secondary market sometimes. And he's extremely hard to find. He only packs one per case, and he's just a great looking figure. He's a combination of basically the White Ranger and the Green Ranger mixed together. And the head sculpt that he comes with, the extra one, it has a lot of details in it, like the scars and stuff. And I think it's just one of the better looking head sculpts, and it really stands out. And that's why he's number 2. When it comes to details and paint, there you go. And number 1 has probably the most detail in paint, and also completely all new sculpt, Lord Zed. The only issue with this figure is his knuckles are not painted where the metal parts are on his hands, and his staff is like kind of gray. It's just like a gray chunk of plastic. But the little bomb that he comes with is silver. And he's painted silver. This thing's got tubes coming out of him. He's got a wash like from head to toe that makes him look phenomenal. And can't be more phenomenal because he's not a ranger, right? So anyway, this figure is the standout of the wave of the first series, and pretty much everybody would agree with that. And he pretty much number one on everybody's list too. So not that that matters to me, but he's just a great looking figure altogether. They designed him well. They made sure his articulation still worked, even with all the cords and stuff all over his body. They're clear plastic, kind of clear and blue, and they're painted silver where the silver parts should be. It's just a great figure altogether. And if you don't have one, get it now, because you can get it on Amazon for like $18 or $19. And yeah, so this video is long enough. So next video I'll do is maybe a year 2 Power Rangers one. Like if by time, maybe like the first half of the year. It's only July right now, so I might do one so far. But if I don't, I'll do it by the end of the year. So this was something you guys requested, so I did it for you guys, and I hope you liked it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more.